Hello everybody, it is Briximus Prime, back for another action figure... Are you seriously doing that right now? Anyway, with that out of the way, today we're going to be taking a look at the McFarlane Toys Batman the Animated Series 30th Anniversary Gold Label Batman Action Figure Deluxe Set thing. It's a mouthful. No, not that kind of mouthful. Get your head out of the gutter. Taking a look at the packaging here, we've got a little, we'll look at that later, says Batman the Animated Series. Man, I wonder who we're reviewing today. And it's got the gold label, thing right there, and then here on the top, Batman the Animated Series, 30th Anniversary, DC, McFarlane Toys. It says Batman again. Here on the back, you got a, product shot of the product right there. It says Batman the Animated Series. Yes, we get it. This is from Batman the Animated Series. Here on the bottom, bunch of words and things that are upside down, and I kind of don't care. You can get the box out of the way. There you go. Oh yeah, I almost forgot. And I'm joined here with Red Warrior, who's letting me borrow his Batman figure. Because borrowing figures isn't a bad idea. And now taking a look at some of the accessories included with this figure, I guess we'll start with some of the hands. First off, Batman here comes with a pair of fists. And then Batman here also has this pair of trigger finger hands, which allows him to hold some of his other accessories. Batman includes his classic Batarang. And the Batarang looks like a piece of candy that I took a bite out of. And then Batman also comes with his grapple gun here, but sadly, he's not holding it right. For some reason, Batman does not come with the proper hands to actually hold the grapple gun. Thanks a lot, Todd! And the Batman figure also comes with this card with some nice artwork from that Batman the Animated Series. Oh yeah, how could I possibly forget? Batman also comes with this little display stand with the DC logo, which is completely useless. Like what? Am I gonna use this when I have this? And then finally, the last and most impressive accessory that this figure comes with, and to kind of homage the iconic intro of the animated series, because this is how it kind of looked in the original animated series, and the art style, and just the way how it kind of had the intro with the lightning. But wait, there's more! This also features some light-up features. So let's turn off the lights. And as you can see, those lights are very powerful and they look very, very nice to really light up that lightning, to really get the lightning effect. And then finally, the main feature of this display stand is it does feature a little peg right there, which obviously, the action figure with peg holes at the bottom of his feet. It can allow for the Batman to then stand up on the display stand so that he may fully recreate that intro sequence for the animated series. And now taking a look at Batman himself, as you can see, he is very accurate to his animated appearance. And another thing that also adds to that, accuracy is he has this blue cell shading all over the figure, which the original animated Batman figure release from McFarlane Toys did not have that. This is only for this particular version. And I find it very interesting because it is a cool way to recreate the 2D drawing of the bluish, shading of over the black when light hits it in, the comic books. So it's a nice little effect that they added here, especially since this is meant to be more of a display figure than it is a play figure. I do like the big, beautiful Bat logo Batman has here on his chest, but the thing is, his chest is kind of a little too big for his own good. He's so top-heavy and the proportions are really skewed. Like, yes, he is accurate, but is he a very functional action figure? Not really.
Get it 'cause he's dead.
But as mentioned before, he does look fairly accurate. I like how he's got the little arm spikes, the cell shading. He's got his yellow utility belt, which is a separate piece. You can move it around for adjustability, for posability. And then there's his teeny little useless feet. And then he also has his cape, which is flowing to the side, which to my knowledge is the only version of this Batman that has the cape looking like this. If I'm wrong, leave it down in the comments below, but to my knowledge, this is the only Batman who has his cape flowing like this, because the original release did not have it like this, I do know that. And now going over Batman's posability, he does have a ball joint at the head, if you couldn't tell from the massive chin. His head can swivel a little bit from side to side, but it is a little limited due to this like rubbery cape piece. It doesn't really allow for his head to move all the way around, but it gives you just enough, I guess. And then, again, the cape does kind of hinder it a little bit, but the shoulders can move out about that far. There is also a little bit of some butterfly joint movement. You can see it in there, but again, because of the cape, it is fairly limited. He does have a bicep swivel. Shoulders can rotate back that far. They can rotate forward that far. Like I said, the cape does kind of be more of a hindrance. So he has the swivels. He has the single jointed elbows, and then the wrists do rotate and hinge up and down. Same thing goes for the fists as well. He does have a ball joint right here at the top of the chest and one at the base of the waist, so it allows for all kinds of diaphragm pivoting, arching back, crunch, diaphragm pivot, and all kinds of posability in there. Like I said, the belt can move out of the way to accommodate for posability. The hips can rotate forward, they can rotate back. He can do the full splits. Has a very slight thigh swivel. I think that's just a fake one from the ball joint in the hip. And then he has double jointed knees. And then finally, his ankles can move up. They can move down. He gets ankle pivot, and he does get some toe articulation. So yeah, so he's pretty posable in some areas, but I feel like he's also pretty stiff in others. And now getting into some comparisons here. Here is Batman compared with the previous McFarlane Toys Batman figure I took a look at, the Robert Pattinson.
Something's in my ass.
And then here he is with your average 6-inch scale Marvel Legends figure, Spider-Man. And as for some final thoughts on this figure, I think this is a really good action figure. I mean, he isn't really for play as so much he is display, because the display stand really, really drives that point home, that he's really more of a display figure than he is play. And also because he has the cell shading, it seems a little bit more like a collector item in that case, where the original release of this figure seems a lot more of like a play toy kind of thing. But overall, I think this figure is not that bad. It's just, he's not the best figure in terms of other McFarlane Toys figures I've played with. But I think it's a perfectly serviceable animated series Batman, since we never really get a whole lot of merchandise from the animated series anymore. So yeah, I think his posability is great. He's got great accessories, especially the display stand. And I don't... And yeah, there's not really that much else to say about this figure. So overall, if I had to give this figure a rating, I'd give him a very solid 7 out of 10. The display stand definitely does a lot of the heavy lifting here. If I'm ranking it in terms of only the Batman figure by himself, probably more about a 6, but the display stand definitely adds a lot to the figure. So yeah, that is basically it for this review. If you guys enjoyed it, give me a like on the video, comment below what you guys think. Subscribe to the channel for more Transformers and action figure videos, and thank you to Red Warrior for letting me borrow his figure, and I didn't break anything this time, so I get to live. And yeah, that is basically it for this review, and we'll catch you guys next time.
I am vengeance. I am the night. I am Batman!